We are at our more than halfway point with this transformation and this journey that you're on. And so really what I wanted to be able to do is talk to you specifically about your relationships and how you've taken everything that we've done so far, all of the things that you're doing with Meryl and with Billy, but what is it specifically that you're doing to make sure that you are integrating that in, whether it's your friendships, whether it's your relationships with men? How are you using this to your advantage?
Well, I think definitely just learning what to keep and what to share, and learning that with my relationships, because I've always been kind of like share everything, you know, and that usually tends to bite me in the bum depending on who I'm giving that information to. So I think that this process is just learning how to keep some things for myself and not being able just to, you know,
let it all out.
Yeah.
Well, that's, you know, because one of the concerns that I had for you is, we know that we've discussed it individually, that your self-worth is truly what's at the heart of a lot of the decisions that you have made and that you are continuing to make. And so I want to be able to make sure that you at least utilize the things that will prevent you from being all or nothing, and fully diving in and allowing people to actually earn that trust and that respect from you, so that you can actually develop that respect for yourself, so that you don't continue to be mistreated or make decisions that you later on then regret.
I feel like I'm definitely, you know, it's still a process for me, because it's not, you know, that can't change Rome in a day. So
right.
Rome wasn't built in a day. So so I definitely have been making better decisions.
What are some of the things that you would be able to point out that have been helpful in this journey?
I think definitely like accountability, and having people that I can count on, like when I'm having those moments of weakness, being able to talk to friends and just have them like talk me off the cliff or talk me down.
System. Okay,
yeah,
good.
have the support system, which is something I, you know, definitely want to maintain even after the show, is having those support systems and making sure moving forward that I set myself up for success and not for failure.
Good. What are the fears that you have in regards to everything going away, and then all of a sudden now it's Nikki and Nikki's job and performing, and Nikki loves getting into relationships. So how does that play out?
Well, I think making sure I just keep myself busy. Downtime is the enemy of us all. I think that my plan is, like, even after the show, like, I'm thinking about even getting a personal trainer of my own, just to keep me accountable with my workouts. I think that I've been able to put a little rein on my eating habits. I feel like that's been very, very good, that I know how to eat, what to eat, and even if I have a cheat day, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Okay, so you don't beat yourself up?
Yeah, I don't beat myself up about it anymore. It's like, you know, hey, if I want to have a taco, just make it a leaner taco and not go all crazy and have like 10 tacos.
You're a good modifier, so you've learned to even modify things so
Yes.
that you're not going all or nothing.
Yeah.
So that's great. That sounds good to me.
So if I have to take off the cheese or maybe put less sour cream on something, like, I'm able to make those decisions.
Good. And have you found that the more control you take of your life in just those areas, that you begin to get a better sense of control of your life in all of the other areas?
Absolutely, absolutely. I do see that being able just to control with the working out and the eating habits, that even like in my personal life, even my business life, you know, taking kind of ownership and more control over it, not letting people kind of steamroll over me, but making sure that my opinion and my voice is heard in even those business instances.
So I'm going to pick on you a little bit, because I know in our groups, you've shared that you're not as committed or as good as writing some of that stuff down and documenting. So what I want to be able to do is really get an idea, though, from you on how you're going to take the mental piece, which we know is one of the most important pieces in this, and be able to still honor that, because we do things in our head, and we're always in our head, and that's where I want to get you out of. I want to be able to get you to take a step back and reflect it so that this can continue.
Yes.
So what are you going to do with that?
Well, I do think that I have been able to have those moments of stepping out and reflecting. And even though I'm not the best with writing things down, I'm pretty good at, like, taking something and reciting it and committing it to memory and making it kind of my mantra.
Okay.
So like some of the
Getting
Bible
the insight,
verses
too.
that I like. Yeah. So kind of like the way I learn lyrics for a song is the kind of the things that I would do for like seeing a mantra and reciting it and making it my kind of like my thing for my day or for my week. Like my favorite Bible verse, when like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like that's one of the things that I, commit that to memory. Or, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but a love, power, and a sound mind. And that, He's not going to give me anything that I can't bear. And if He does, He'll provide a way out for me. So just like some of those things that like I keep in me and in my head. And in my heart, that I think that it's just regurgitating them.
I think that is going to be key also, because I know that we shared that a lot of times, just as you mentioned, that your message doesn't get heard the way that it's intended to because of your delivery.
Yeah.
And so the more that you can reflect and be mindful of the way that you see the situation and understand the other perspectives involved, I think that also will help in your communication and interactions between people.
I'm working on it.
It is, that's the thing, is it is work. And as long as we continue to try and we don't just say, today I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just the smallest little thing that you can work on in your intention on trying to be either a better communicator or making sure that you have that pause and you reflect and have that insight. If you're not writing down, it's not the most crucial thing, and it's not going to work if you don't write it down. That's not really how it works. But there is so much more power in when we can visually see things or we take that pause. So as long as you're able to do that pause, and I know that we text and you're texting a lot of unbelievable quotes and affirmations and scripture. So I know that at least that you are taking in and documenting. So I do have at least some kind of confidence in that writing piece as well.
I have noticed though, like even with my temper, that I'm able to kind of like step back sometimes. And
I noticed it in last group actually, because I thought Rochelle was going to set you off unintentionally in the way that she described something that she saw from you, and the way that you've shared before how you respond when somebody says something to you that you don't care for. You immediately go right at them and somewhat attack and defend. And I noticed that you did not. You listened, you understood what she was saying, and you corrected her in a way that was calm and objective. And so I just wanted to point that out to you. So I'm starting to see that.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. See, and I would want you to honor that. I would want you to say, you know what, I am really proud of myself today. Today I was a little bit pushed or I was tempted, and the way that I handled it was X, Y, and Z. So you shifted.
Yes, I shifted.
So what I want to be able to make sure that you do moving forward is just really continue to use that kind of mindset in knowing that you can't beat yourself up when you either do a cheat or when you skip a day or when your life is just so overwhelming you weren't able to plan enough time. It's taking that step back and saying, okay, what can I do now?
Yes.
All right, well, I look forward to the rest of your transformation.
So as do I.
All right, well, I'll see you next week for individual as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care.